My favorite film that I watched for a class that I was introduced to through the film studies program was one called Jean Dielman. Rick, the professor who was teaching the class I watched it in, he was like, the scene where she makes the meatloaf is one of the most intense, visceral, suspenseful scenes I've ever seen in a movie. And I was like, okay, sure. And then I watched it, and it was one of the most intense, visceral, suspenseful scenes I've seen in a movie. Hi, I'm Ben Van Welzen, class of 2023, and I'm a double major in math and English and comparative literature with a concentration in film studies. I had always liked movies growing up, and I came into UNC wanting to be the global cinema minor, because in high school I had seen kind of like your classic foreign art house films, Seven Samurai, 400 Blows, and I liked them, and I kind of wanted to learn more about movies. But then I took Complet 143, which is History of Global Cinema, with Dr. Inga Pullman, and it was crazy. Dr. Pullman was just so passionate about all these really weird and off-the-wall movies, but it was just so infectious. And I also had, there was a grad student named Peter, I remember. He was my man. We would talk about movies after lecture and after recitation. And I think even just in that one semester, I was like, this is something that I want to like spend a lot of time with. I want to dedicate myself to it. I want to study it. And so I became a film major. So yeah, my favorite class that I've taken in the film studies program is definitely Cinema and Surrealism. I took it my sophomore year, second semester, and it kind of felt like up to that point, the classes, it was getting deeper and deeper into stuff, but there seemed to be kind of a natural progression through everything. And then I took this class and it was just jumping right in the deep end. You know, watching these seemingly crazy movies from the 10s and the 20s, reading these really dense, long essays from these French theorists in the early 20th century, and it's all just kind of this gobbledygook, and you have no idea what's going on. But if you just stick with it and you really pay attention to the lectures, you really watch the movies, try to get something out of it, and then go back to the readings, go back to the films, there's kind of this new logic that just emerges, and it recontextualized like everything. Whether I'm watching a movie that is surreal or in the surrealism movement, or just any movie, seeing kind of traces of what we learned, essentially a new way to watch a movie. Relearning the logic of cinema. It's crazy. Yeah. So Dr. Pullman, I think she was like the perfect first film professor. For a little anecdote, I remember I watched like the first 2 or 3 movies for the class, and I was like, I'm not getting much out of these. Like, it's fun, it's movies, I like movies, they're fun to watch, but I feel like I wasn't getting anything like academic out of them. So I went to her office hours and I explained my dilemma to her, and she was just like, yeah, that's okay. Just watch them, have fun, and like see what you like. And then she gave some very like easy beginner tips. She was like, try rewatching important scenes like without the sound. She was like, turn the sound off and just watch a scene that you liked and see what you noticed just visually. And then she was like, then watch it again and close your eyes and see what you hear. And then she's like, and watch it one more time with both of them. And she's like, I think you'll be surprised at what you see. That was just really great for me, I think, because I was stressing myself out about being an academic, and seeing Dr. Pullman, who was so smart in all these lectures, just be like, no, just have fun with it. It was like, that's awesome. There's just such a unique connection with the other people in the film community. Because usually people that are interested in studying film are really open to, they're connecting with this medium where you need to connect with it both intellectually and emotionally. And so it usually attracts really interesting people and really fun people. And so if you're in the film studies program, you're probably one of those people. And so, find another person that maybe they also love this professor, maybe they also love this topic. You can go see a movie with them. You can go get dinner with them. But it's not enough just to take the class. You gotta connect with the other people, because it's really magical, and it's a rare opportunity. So another film that I was introduced to, not necessarily through film studies, but still through the film community here. When I was a freshman, this was kind of the first time I really felt like a part of the film community, I guess. So I had mentioned Chapel Hill Film Society. It was really, really small when I got here. I remember for November, we were doing like food movies because we were approaching Thanksgiving, and we watched a movie called Tampopo, which is in really, really fun, off-the-wall, like, people call it a noodle western because it's like kind of playing on genre tropes of a spaghetti western, but it's about someone who runs a noodle shop. It was really, really fun. And it was me and I think 3 other guys. And we all kind of sat there and none of us had seen it before. So we were all experiencing this film for the first time. We were sitting in a classroom. And afterwards we went and we got like Wendy's together because the movie made us really hungry. And it was there I really got to meet this guy named Dylan O'Connor. He was the president at the time. He was also a math and film studies double major. And he kind of like ushered me into the world outside of the classes. That was a moment where like I bonded with people because of a movie, which is, I never thought like in high school, I loved movies, but I never thought I'd connect with people because of it. And at that moment, I did. My advice to anyone who's interested in the program that's coming in, I would honestly just say take a class. You need to. They satisfy a gen ed credit that everybody needs. Just follow your interests. If you're interested in East Asian cinema, take the East Asian cinema class. If you're interested in Alfred Hitchcock, take the Hitchcock class. If you don't know what you're interested in, take the Intro to Film Studies class. There's no way to know other than just doing it.